a kitten, like a little kitten. Pet him. Right? He's very soft. Anybody know what kind of owl this is?
A monkey-faced owl?
Monkey-faced owl. No. I know you know. No. A barn owl, right. This is a barn owl. This guy likes to live in people's barns or old buildings sometimes. Out back you have an old farm and they have a building that's falling down. These birds like to live in old buildings and barns. And why do they like to live in there? Because a lot of times the old farms, things have what in them? They scurry around on the ground. They have mice in them. Yeah, so this guy likes to eat mice. Right? So he's good. Well, that's what he eats. Why does he eat that? Because he needs to eat everything. That's why they spit up the pellets. They have to eat everything, right? Because they need the calcium out of the bones and things. So they eat mice. And the farmers are happy to have them around because when a lot of the farmers have a lot of animals around and they put out a lot of feed and they might get mice or they might get rats. So these birds are really the farmer's friend. You want this guy to be hanging around. Unless you have chickens and you leave them free range. But normally they'll keep down the rodent population. Rodents feed mice or rats. Right? Things that eat grain and things. Oh, you see how big he is. He's just about full grown. I have a female, a girl, and she's a little bit bigger than he is. Mike is about 2 years old. Right. All right, he has a little heart shape on his head, and that helps him be very cute for one thing. But it also, owls have ears, and their ears are actually on the side of their head here. And where your ears are right across from each other, his ears, one is up and one is down. They're not straight across like yours are. One is up and one is down. He lives in barns. Old buildings. He can live in different places. But listen, their ears are up and down because they got a lot of little animals, mice and things. And when do owls fly? Anybody? When do owls come out and fly? At nighttime. All right. So birds are what? These owls are called what? They're nocturnal. Nocturnal. Nocturnal starts with what letter? N. So N is for nocturnal. Right? What's the daytime birds called?
Night.
What are the daytime birds called?
Diurnal.
Diurnal. Right? Diurnal. What's the nighttime birds called? There you go. Okay. And what kind of owl is Mikey?
A barn
Owl. And what do they like to eat? Mice. And what do they spit up after they eat these mice? Owl pellets. Very good. Okay. A couple questions about Mikey, and then we'll go to Nikki. Okay. Why is this? Well, that's actually a myth. Lots of times the owls are awake during the daytime too. That's actually a myth. They may hide out and be undercover because what happens during the daytime, if they come out, all the other birds, particularly crows. Yes, look at there. We got a red tail right over top of us. Ain't that beautiful? That's a red tail like Jeremiah. Everybody see it? That's good. That's because you're paying attention. That's because you're paying attention and looking around you today, right? See there? If you were inside the building, you wouldn't have saw that just now. Isn't that nice? That was a red-tailed hawk, just like Jeremiah coming over. So that was a great experience there. Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay, well, very good. See how much we're learning today? Go on. You forgot.
What is his lifespan?
The lifespan, owls usually live a pretty, long time. They actually probably live longer than most of your hawks do, because the owls mostly fly at night. I was saying that they mostly fly at night because lots of times if they come out during the day, crows in particular, what they have asked them, they bully them, because sometimes the owls will come down, especially if they have babies in a nest. An owl might come down and snatch a baby to eat. So the crows particularly will all gang up together, and they'll chase them into a tree. Sometimes if you look up, you see a big bird like that hawk fly, and there'll be a small little songbird chasing them like crazy. He's a very brave little bird because the hawk will turn around and eat him any minute. But because they're protecting their nest, they will go after the bigger bird to make them go away from where the nest is at. So I had to be careful when I did rehab and you let animals go. You could never leave an owl go in the middle of the day because the crows, they see them owls right away and they'll go after them.
Why do you have to wear
This is called a gauntlet, a glove. Daniel, will you get pass a couple things around? Pass those gloves around so that the kids can see, please. Right? All right, in the meantime, I'm going to... What? Bats. No, they would eat bats, honey. I'm going to pass a couple of gloves around so that you can see. Is that only the one, or is the other one there?
That's for Nikki.
Huh? Oh, no, that was the gauntlet. Okay. These gloves, they're usually made out of leather or kangaroo, and they're different weights depending on what kind